started bodybuilding back in 1989, like December 1989. I was just finished my training with the Arlington Police Department, and I was doing my field training, which is when you have an officer ride around with you. And one of the officers happened to see me one day on the street, and he was working at this gym called Metroflex, and he asked me to come over to the gym and work out, because at the time I was just working out at the police station. So I went over to the gym, and as soon as I walked in the door, a guy by the name of Brian Dobson, who was the owner of the gym, told me I needed to be bodybuilding, because he thought that I could be a great champion and probably could do pretty good in the sport. At the time, I was just hired on with the police department. I didn't know too much about bodybuilding, and all I knew was they had to take steroids and pretty much, and had to go on a strict diet, and I didn't want to do either at the time. But Brian insisted and stayed consistently after me, asking me, every time I showed up at the gym to do a bodybuilding contest. I kind of still said no, but he told me that if he gave me a free membership, would I do it? And as soon as they said to give me a free membership, I told him, okay, I'd do it for a free membership. So that was December of '89. The first contest was going to be coming around was April of 1990. So I started getting ready for this bodybuilding contest in January. And first show was, like I said, April of 1990, and pretty much won that show. And ever since then, I've been into the sport. But that's pretty much a real brief synopsis of how I got into the sport, though. First show I competed in was the AAU Amateur Mr. Texas, and it was a novice show. And back then, all the novice shows and most of the AAU shows, they went by height, and they didn't go by weight. So my height was 5'11", and they had what they call a short class, a medium class, and a tall class. Of course, with my height, I was in pretty much the tall class, which is the same thing in NPC, which would be the heavyweight class. And I won first place and overall in my first contest. The next show I competed in the following week was the NPC show, and it was on like April 14th, 1990, and it was called the NPC Metroplex Classic. And in that show, I also won first place and overall. And from that time on, mostly all the shows I did after that were all in pretty much the NPC. I won Universe, 91 Mr. Universe. It was in Poland. It was the IFBB show. And they didn't have an overall. You just win your weight class, and all weight class winners turn pro. I won the Universe, I was 212 pounds. My first pro show was in May of 1992. So that very next year was my first pro show. And didn't do too good. I placed 11th. Back then my weight was 212. Back then was almost 6-7 years ago. In between that time, I put on about a good 35 pounds of muscle. And my current weight is what I compete at now. My last contest was 255, which was the Mr. Olympia show contest. So I've progressed quite a bit along the way and throughout the years. basically, I have 2 workouts that I do for each week. Uh, so basically, the video will probably be in 2 parts because this part 1 is just my first workout. But I do this workout twice a week because if I do legs on Monday, I probably won't do them again till Thursday, but there'll be 2 totally different workouts. If I do squats on Monday, on Thursday, I'll probably do something like front squats. So I think with the first workout that we did, I think we did squats. I always start out with a warm up on squats, 20 reps with 135, and I progress all the way up to either 405 or 495, and I keep my reps around at least around the 12 to 15 range. So if I do 20 in the first rep, the second set, not the second rep, but the second set is probably going to be 225, and I always pyramid up in just about everything I do. I do 225 for another 15 reps, then I go 315 for 15 reps. Then I'll probably go 405 for 12 to 15, depending on how I feel that day. I do either 12 reps or 15 reps. Immediately following that, normally I'll go probably to the hack squat after I do just the regular squat. And on hack squat, I'll just start out with 2 plates, and then everything is done in plates because I really don't know how much the weight is with the machine on hack squat. So I do 2 plates for like 15 reps, 3 plates, 15 reps, 4 plates, 12 to 15, and if I'm feeling good, I may go up to 5 plates for about the same 12 to 15 reps. And I really don't warm up on that because I feel like I'm pretty much warmed up already. So what I do is just go immediately into after my squats, I go immediately into 2 plates, and I count it as a set. When I finish with my hack squats, I normally go to leg extension. And here with leg extensions, I feel that's just pretty much a sculpted movement. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much kind of hard to build your legs up doing leg extension because all you're pretty much doing is just pretty much just getting a good contraction when you extend your legs. So I always do a bunch of reps on leg extensions, and it's always been like 3 sets for 30 reps. Sometimes I may change it up. I may do 3 sets, and I may do what I call drop sets. Probably start out with 150 pounds for about 20 reps, then go to 110 pounds for about another 15 reps. Then I might drop it down to maybe 80 or 90. Again, here doing probably about 20 to 25 reps. But immediately after that, I always go to hamstrings. And basically for hamstring, I always do basically just 2 exercises. And on this day, I think we did leg curls, and I always do the standing leg curl. Basically, I do probably about 65 pounds or 55 pounds for 15 reps on each leg. I do 4 sets of those. I think I also did stiff-legged deadlift. I kind of like pyramid up on these. I probably start out with maybe 1 plate and go all the way up to 2 plates. I'm probably doing from like 12 to 15 reps on this also. And basically I just do 4 sets. And normally that's pretty much it for a leg day.